Hey everybody, this is Karina, your host. Stay tuned for this week's episode. I am so glad to have you guys back. How amazing. And don't forget, every Wednesday there is a new episode.
Don't forget, it's Latina Wednesdays.
Go ahead and get started.
Yeah.
Because I feel like this topic is just so, like, you can talk about different things with this topic.
Yeah.
So,
and it varies from person to person, but kind of, you know?
Yeah,
like,
everybody is just different. So everybody's ways and the way they see it is different.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. And like myself, I was very uneducated about it. So I feel like once I started being like, oh, well, there is ways you can put up, those boundaries, because that's what today's topic is about, you guys. It's about just setting boundaries or how that makes other people feel, anything like that we're going to be talking about.
Or if you have boundaries, if you set boundaries with certain people like family, friends, etc.
Mm-hmm.
your partner.
Yeah.
Do you have you struggled with setting boundaries?
Definitely, I think.
Yeah.
Me personally.
With who?
I think everybody.
Yeah.
No, I didn't even know that boundaries was a thing until recently.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Because I'm very uneducated about it. So once I seen that people do set boundaries and people have those set in stone for themselves, and even like if you once te pasas de la raya, it's like it's done for them. Like I've seen that. So because that's them putting their foot down. So I just think that's interesting because I'm like, damn, I never heard of no shit like that.
I was this old when I found out.
You were
about
8
boundaries.
years old.
Yeah, there you go. That's what I was trying to say. Because I really don't think I've set boundaries. I feel like that's kind of like common sense a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
To me.
But maybe because you're very front. Like if you if you don't go with it, you don't go with it, and that's a definite no for you.
Probably,
like,
yeah.
You don't play around. Like if you don't like it, you're not gonna go with it. If you like it, then let's go. So that's why you've always had that set. But I mean, do you struggle when it comes to a partner?
No.
No.
Like in what sense? Like with boundaries?
Yeah,
like
with the boundaries.
Oh, you don't talk about my mom and I won't talk about yours. Like that?
Kind of. Well, yeah.
Like,
well, boundaries are just
boundaries?
like boundaries are just like how do I say basically just the like how you set things in your relationship, friendship, whatever it may be.
Like rules?
It's all
Kinda
literally
like
it is
well,
like a
yeah,
rule.
then yeah.
It almost is like a rule
Well,
because
basically,
it's like
yeah.
how do I say, it's like an unwritten rule, but you guys speak on it and you guys talk about it, how it makes you feel. Like if you guys have had a conversation about it, it's definitely a boundary.
Give an example.
For example, like I won't go through your, like let's not go through each other's phones, because that to me, that's a boundary crossed. I mean, I'm not saying me personally, but I'm saying that's an example. Someone can be like, oh, that's a boundary to me because that's private to me. You know, even though that's unreasonable.
Then no.
So
My
it's not
relationships,
unspoken. You have to speak.
You have to speak
So it's
when
not
it's
unspoken.
yeah.
You just said it was unspoken.
In reality, you kind of think sometimes like the other person should already know, because you don't like it. You think it automatically that person should know, but that's where the whole arguments happen, because not everybody has the same boundaries.
So like okay, like the boundary would be like no shoes on the bed. And like that bothers me. So it's like I'm gonna be like, hey, I'm not gonna be like,
no,
but
that's more like a rule, I think.
Okay.
A boundary is como, hey,
like something towards me.
Emotional,
no, it's like yes, or like for this is a good as example. Say you're with your partner, you have a child together, right? You want your child to be raised a certain way, right?
Okay.
You have boundaries. We're gonna have our kid in this certain type of lifestyle that we're agreeing to both. Those are our boundaries, right? Because you both are automatically like on the same page.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
we're not
I
gonna
get it now.
We're not gonna have family members dictate whether they can do it or not. It's just us.
Okay.
You get me? Those are
Okay.
boundaries.
I understand now. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, and I feel
It's
like
so difficult.
That's why I was a little confused. You know me, I'm a little slow. I'm the slow one of the crew here. So sometimes you gotta just explain a little bit to me.
And other people.
No, I was gonna say that.
The example that she used was like very good, because like I said, I'm over here trying to be like, no, don't put your shoes on
mine
the
was
bed.
like so immature.
yeah.
No, but I think we have listeners like de todas las edades.
Yeah,
so
that's what I was gonna say. That's something like in my age group that like you hear about more. Like, don't go through my phone. I don't like it. Which is, to me, it's like, no.
But I think it can go for every couple.
Yeah.
Like, no matter your age. Because I'm sure unas viejitas por ahí también son de esas que les gusta. O viejitos that they like to like go through each other's shit.
No, yeah. But for me, I would personally say family boundaries are... Because relationship boundaries, I feel like, I don't... Like Karina said, I didn't have them. But to me, it was kind of like I didn't see it as much as I seen it with my family or like with family members. So I feel like that's where I was like, oh yeah, I struggle. I lack boundaries a lot.
Have you guys ever set any boundaries with your family?
That's what I was about to say, because I've noticed que in the Hispanic community, we struggle the most with setting boundaries.
Yeah.
It's like, boundaries, what the fuck is that?
Ajá, porque
try explaining that to your mom.
Sí, exactamente, ese es el ejemplo que ella da, porque tú puedes tener tus 30 años, tus 20 años, y tu mamá quiere decidir o quiere controlar cómo gastes tu dinero, si vas a salir o no vas a salir. You know, she still wants to have the control over you, pero sin saber que cada quien, aunque ya seamos adultos, cada quien tiene que poner, aunque no matter how tight we are with our family, tiene que ver ese límite que, mira, yo soy tu hija, está bien que me quieras cuidar, but yo como quiera voy a decidir
y como quiera voy a salir a putear.
Sí, no, en serio. Y uno de hispano no quiere ponerlo porque es mi familia.
Sí, y es casi siempre lo que decimos, oh no, she's my mom. But she's my mom, or she's my sister. Like, you know, I gotta go by what they say.
For me, it's like we're close like that. Like, we're just close like that. Like, you know. So yeah, I understand that, because that's another thing I was gonna say was just like how you said, talking about it with your mom, that's difficult already. So, but to be honest, it all depends on what they say. Like, it's not up to you to feel some type of way about how they feel. Once you set those boundaries, it's like it's already set, and you should not really not say to care, but it's not up to you how the other person feels. Exactly. So once you set them, I feel like you should feel good about it, regardless of how the other person reacts.
Yeah, but when it comes to that, we already know that our parents or our mom is definitely gonna get offended by it.
For sure. You know. I know I did. Joanna one time did tell me, like, I need to set boundaries with you guys, and I was like, what do you mean boundaries for what?
She did not like that.
Don't tell me your business then. Shoot. She's like, you can't get upset. Like, if I have boundaries, you need to respect them. I'm like, shut up, get out of my car.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Yeah, but I did get upset. I feel like she felt like I was trying to keep something from her, or like not necessarily keep something for her, but not include her in my life as much. And I feel like that's where I feel like we get that what do they call, like, not separation anxiety, but almost like that
a little bit,
like almost like, why, like, you know,
you don't
like,
trust
me?
You
don't trust me. Because I feel like that's kind of what that energy gave me, was like, you don't trust, why, like, you know, we tell each other everything, and we do. So I feel like that's why she was a little taken back.
I was like, why the hell?
To me, it feels like they hide things from me, because they tell me one thing, but I already know what they're doing. Like, I don't know. Ya me la abuelo. Like, the way they behave, or se les sale y me dicen algo, like, se les sale, and then they're like, they try to change it real quick. And I'm like, damn, they're hiding that from me. So I feel like, they're hiding something from me. But at the end, I feel
how
like,
do you feel?
How does that make you feel?
I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I feel sad. Like, I'm like, damn, our friend, not our friendship, but like our relationship is like dying, kind of. But then sometimes I'm like, well, bitch, it's not your business. If they don't want to tell you, it's for a fucking reason, and you need to mind your business. Like, you got your own problems to deal with.
This is one thing that I've told Jessica, because I always tell her this, right? I always tell her, because she stresses a lot over you guys. A lot. And she'll be like, oh my God, like my sisters, right?
También locas.
And then this is what I tell her. I'm like, you're not in control of what they do. You know, like, you cannot control them. They're already grown. And
I forget.
And she forgets that. I'm like, so you have to relax, you know, like, they have to do their own decisions.
And when I feel like, when you tell me, like, when they're ready to talk about it, like they'll talk about it.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's helped me a lot.
So you just sit back and you wait for us.
Yeah, but believe me, like, she doesn't do it. Too long. She starts complaining, and that's when I'm like, girl, I already told you. You can't control them. Yeah. Like, you know, relax.
Yeah.
And it's because she hasn't set that boundary for herself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, like, girl, like, you know, calm down. Everything okay. You know, I will know if something goes bad.
Yeah.
But I think it's her trying to avoid to get that bad, like that situation to get bad. So that's why she's all, you know.
Yeah, because I feel like she knows.
All up in your cheese.
No, but it's because she knows that if something goes wrong, that's gonna be our first call. Like, so I feel like she tries.
That's what she says.
She's gonna be like, why didn't you tell me this earlier?
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, like definitely I have. So guys, just tell me one boundary that you guys have set with a friend or family. Or one of us that we just don't know about. I'm just kidding.
No, I think I would tell you guys before I said it. I would say not. It's because it's hard to say you set a boundary when it, like I said, when it hasn't been spoken. But like they know they've crossed the line once or twice, so they haven't done it again. So you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I feel like that happens with my mom because my mom hates confrontation. Like she hates it. Like she rather.
She's like me.
Yeah, she'd rather like tell every other person but the person that she's talking about. Because like she just hates it. So I feel like a really big thing that used to happen back then was that she would fight about any little thing like that I wouldn't do. Like I wouldn't
wash dishes.
No, it wasn't even about the house. It was about myself. Like, you haven't even cleaned your room in a week. You haven't folded your clothes.
The biggest one.
What?
Johanna doesn't have her license yet.
Or like things like that. And I remember like we got into this big argument because I was so fed up that like, you know what I mean? Like when you're coming home and you're coming home from work, you don't want your mom to be like, oh my God, you used to have nothing done like that you said you were going to do, or where's this or where's that. So I remember, I don't know what happened that day. I was so frustrated. And I told her, I was like, I'll do it when I get to it. I don't like, you don't have to tell me every day what I have to do. I know what I have to do. Like, I know this. You don't go around telling everybody in the house what they have to do. I was like, but you seem to want to bring it up to me always. And I get it because it seems like I'm growing up. Because I know she feels it too, like I'm growing up. And I just feel like she wants me to do better. You know, obviously her intentions are there. Like, she wants me to do better. She wants me to learn from her mistakes and, you know, save my money, because she notices that I buy dumb shit all the time. So she knows I walk in with my little 5 and below bags like a dumbass. Like, here I go.
And she's like, ya otra vez gastando en chingaderas.
Yeah, because I mean, I buy shit for my room. I just buy a little knick-knack that makes me happy. Yeah. So yeah, I feel like
in the moment porque luego ya te anda.
Yeah, in the moment porque luego ya me anda. And so like yeah, I feel like that was something big. And now like, it's not like she doesn't tell me like, oh, you need to get it done. Like, of course, but it's not as intense, I remember, as it used to be when, like, you know, before that fight. Because I remember she got really upset and I was like, I know, Mom, I'm just growing up. Like, we had to talk about it because I was upset. I got her upset. So it was a pretty bad, but I would say that's
it was like a boundary that was set, and she kind of got
the hint. Yeah, and thank God, like, she's been more supportive than nagging. Yeah, you know what I mean? Because now that I've actually took the initiative to do the things that I've been saying I'm gonna do, now I feel like she takes me a little bit more serious. So no, because I know, like, I have a feeling she still looks at me and she's like, you're young, you're still young, you know. So I feel proud whenever she does, like, you know, she looks at me and she's like, good job, mija. Because I love hearing that. I'm like, I love it. But what about you guys with your friend, your husband, or partner?
I think Mom. I have set a boundary with Mom. It was a while back regarding my daughter. Same thing. One day, you know, I get it. She doesn't, you know, las abuelas, grandparents don't like to hear the kids get in trouble. So I'm a loud person. So when I'm happy, I'm loud. When I'm sad, I'm loud. So when I'm angry, I'm even 10 times louder. So of course, when I yell, it's loud. So my mom would be like, oh, don't be getting her in trouble like that. Like, don't hit her or stuff like that. It's like, first of all, I don't hit my child. She needs to get her ass whooped more oftenly, actually. But
which I commend you, because she be needing a good old ass whooping.
Yeah, and I don't. Maybe because I got my ass whooped a lot. No, I don't like to whoop ass.
I have that issue too. Like, I don't hit my kids. Like, sometimes, like Joanna says, I feel like
they need it.
The best can get to me. Like, I'm just like, but no. Like, I tend to talk to more to them because I think because of that.
Yeah, and I basically like told her, you don't know what goes. You don't know what happens behind doors. So don't tell me like when I should yell at my kid. So, just chill out, because you get me more upset.
Yeah.
So just don't say nothing, Mom. I'll tell you why I'm yelling at her later on, which I always do. Like, I always tell her, like, oh, can you believe, like, she did this, or she told me this or that, or she's not listening.
Because she's sassy.
Yeah, so she stopped after that, after I told her that one time, because she did kind of, like, yell at me, and I was like, hold on. First of all, is this, and that.
She's my kid.
Around. Yeah, she's my kid. Turn her around, chill out, because nobody told you anything. So whenever I need your help, I'll let you know. Y desde allí ya no me dice nada or anything like that.
That's good though.
Yeah, that's actually a boundary I set without me even knowing I had set it. But yeah, I did tell her that.
Well, for me, my boundary that I think I automatically set it without me even noticing it as well is like, don't talk about my mama. Don't talk about my mama. And don't talk about my children. Ese es uno que automáticamente dije no. Si escucho algo que hablaron de ella o un comentario que hayan hecho de mí after the fact.
Because it's hard to catch people talking shit about you or your mom.
Like, usually dicen they say it so discreet sometimes that you have to kind of like rewind it in your brain. Like, bitch, did you just say that shit?
Yeah. And this is where I'm like, oh, that's a big no, and I make it known because.
Has it ever happened to you
where I have to say something?
Yeah.
Oh yes, it has.
Where they stepped that boundary with you, where they
overstepped that boundary.
Do you make it noticeable? Like, girl, I'm mad. You shouldn't. Or you say like, don't say that.
No, I say it straight up, like, hey, what's the deal? Like, what's the problem? Why you have to speak like that? And usually it's more like when it's a family drama or something like that. I tend to be very outspoken to that because I always make it known, like, si mi mamá tomó cualquier decisión que ella haya tomado, tiene sus razones. So everybody takes decisions a lo que a cualquiera le va a beneficiar, right? So I'm pretty sure if somebody else was in her shoes, they would have done the same shit.
Correct. So, and if not, they're foul for that.
Yeah. So to me, and especially with my kids have nothing to do with it. No se pueden defender. They don't know about the situation. So when my kids get involved, I'm like, excuse me, like, no, like, my kids is like, no, I'm the parent, and if anybody has anything to say, it would be the parents.
People that talk about kids is so grimy to me. Like, in any type of drama, like, oh, your baby's ugly or whatever. No, literally, remember, we support women. We support women. But no, literally, like, I feel like that's just so out of line. That has nothing to do with the situation. Talk about some real shit, not about kids.
Yeah, of course. I feel like only the people that got nothing good to say bring something, or there's people that want to fucking make you mad, or you know,
just to push your buttons.
Just to make you get out of your character. Definitely would bring up your kids or your mom or anything that would they think that would make you angry.
You know what other boundary I've set for myself though?
For yourself, that's a big one.
For myself, I'm like, I can be a bullshitter. Like, if I don't like you, I don't like you.
Okay,
I don't mess with you. And then this one thing, you do me wrong once,
it's over.
It's right. It's not the same.
¿Cómo dice? I forgot como they say Cardi B. She's like, once I have beef with you, once I have beef with you, I'm gonna have beef with you forever. But honestly, I commend you for that because honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I could be a little fake sometimes. Like even if I don't like the person, I will fake it till I make it.
Really?
Yeah, because I don't have the spinas. I don't have the spinas to be like, I don't fuck with her, I'm not gonna say hi. I can't do it. Like I can't. Honestly, something in me is like, that's fucked up, Joanna.
I'm like that. I think it's a thing that we share. Because and I have this thing where if she hates them, I hate them too.
Same here. Same here. Jessica be like, I don't like that bitch. I'm like, all right, me neither. Y me los topo en la tienda, and I'm like, I don't know you, babe,
but I don't like you.
Yeah, same. But there has been an exception. I don't know if you guys noticed it.
No, I know.
Yeah, I did.
You noticed it?
Because I do the same thing, especially with family.
Yeah, and it's not because I love them. It's not because they bring something to my life, but I feel like it was affecting me. So I was like, you know what? Like, let me just. And I'm not saying I'm gonna go goody two shoes with her, or I'm gonna go like have a whole conversation with her. Like I'm gonna just be cordial. I'm not gonna be a friend, but I'm gonna be cordial just for the piece of. And it sounds so fucking stupid, like just for the family. It's just for mom. It's just for you guys.
They don't feel awkward.
It's just for the other people that hang around, just so everybody's at peace.
No, fíjate que no, I can't.
Yeah,
I can't do that either.
I think I'm gonna set that.
She has only been my exception. Yeah. She has been my exception.
Yeah, I don't even think I can do that.
I told you. I'm telling you, girl. I'm gonna try to set that boundary for myself now. Like, if you don't fuck with them, Joanna, don't fuck with them. Like, don't.
No, I'm the same way. And I had recently said that because I don't have a lot of friends. I only have one friend, and
do you really?
Yeah, I only had one friend.
I feel like she has one
I have a lot of
acquaintance,
but I have one friend that I hang out with all the time that we talk 24/7. Yeah, like she's a person I go to for advice and stuff. Yeah. So obviously we have more mutual friends. Okay. So right away I can feel the vibe. I can feel when you don't fuck with me. Yeah, and it's like, to me, it's like, if you don't fuck with me, don't fuck with me. Don't come and say hi to me because you're obligated. You're not obligated with anything. And I can feel that. Yeah. I can feel it. Right away, I'm like, nope, don't talk to me. And I literally get up before they even come towards me. I get up and I'm out the room.
Is there a boundary that you and me have that I don't know?
No.
that I don't know.
Let me get it in there.
You can talk it in right now.
Yeah, because like, now that I'm thinking about it, because I'm telling you, the boundary thing is new to me. So like do you feel like there is a boundary between us that we just haven't spoke about, that we feel that?
No, I never felt like I needed to put a boundary.
Yeah.
But it's because there is no boundary, because I tell her everything.
Okay.
No. So I feel like, como le digo todo, I feel like
nothing's off the limit.
Nothing's off the limit. Like,
the things that we be saying, boy.
And I need to put a mic on us.
I'm like, add me in the group chat. I just like.
No, I was like, I mean, we were really close. So like. Yeah, like I feel like we have more boundaries between us. Exactly. Than I do with her.
Yeah, that's good, because that means you guys have no filter around each other, which is 10 times better.
Which it should be. Of course.
And even when it comes to the kids, like, it's not like that. It's like she tells me what's going on, and I'm like, well, how come you don't do this?
Yeah.
Damn, I don't even know what's going on with the kids. I'm just like,
you don't got no kids. That's why.
No, I'm saying our kids.
Oh no, I do tell you guys.
We're just chismosas though.
You guys
you're the main one.
You guys just be like, but there's no really like
you see, that's where I set my boundary with you.
What?
Like
what?
Like
what happened?
What? When you tell me like certain things about your kids, I feel like I don't say sometimes certain things because I'm like, I don't have a child that age yet. So what if what I say
does not correlate?
Does not, and I don't want her to take it the wrong way. You feel me? So I set that boundary with myself. Like sometimes I just don't say certain things like, oh, why don't you do this or what? And if I do, like I tell it to my nephew. I tell him when
directly to the source.
If he tells me, oh yeah, like I did this or that, or if I found out about something, I tell him like, hey, try to do this, so you won't get into that and that. You know?
But do you always like put it in the back of your head, well, let me just not be too out there because my sister might
I wouldn't want her to get upset or think that I'm thinking negative about my nephews. You know, if they do something bad or something like that.
That's a good boundary, because sometimes even entre hermanas or hermanos, you feel like you can say whatever crap because they're my blood. Again, you cannot. There's boundaries there.
Of course,
you know, like you can't be open with everything like that.
But is there any boundaries that you guys feel like you need to set that you haven't already with whoever it may be?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Not at the moment.
Even with my friend, I feel like I don't think we need to set boundaries.
But I do feel like I should work on like knowing more about boundaries.
Correct.
And like, because I feel like me and my partner don't have boundaries, and sometimes like I mean we got together. We've gotten together since we were like really, 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 really young. So I feel like we don't have any boundaries at all. Like we just be like,
pero por eso the argument started, porque sabes que yo aprendí apenas, and that's because I started doing research, que cuando estás en una relación tienes que poner límites con tu pareja, ¿verdad? Como si hay un problema entre familia y el problema está en el lado de tu partner, boyfriend, de tu novio, ¿verdad? O de tu esposo. El esposo tiene que, tú le tienes que decir a tu esposo, mira, esto no me gustó. Y tu esposo es el que tiene que hablar con ese familiar del lado de su familia. Now, si el problema está de tu lado, entonces él te tiene que decir a ti, y tú tienes que ir y hablar con esa persona, like, hey, mira, esto es lo que pasó, me incomodó, por favor no hagas eso. Así es como no hay tanto así como pelea entre tu pareja, porque se dividen. Like, tú no vas a faltarle el respeto a su familia, pero ellos tampoco no van a faltarle el respeto a tu familia. So cada quien tiene su responsabilidad ahí. Y a mí me tomó eso como que, that's smart. Eso tiene, like, eso te evita confrontation.
Because how is your, if that was to happen and you were to send your boyfriend to talk to your family, and then they didn't like how your husband said it, so it's better if it comes out of your mouth and you tell them, hey, I didn't like how you spoke to my husband like this and this and that. But it's better you saying it than your husband telling your family, like, I didn't like how you talked to me, because that's where the problem starts.
Because then you're gonna get offended because like you talked to my mom wrong, or you talked to my sister. Pero saben que una cosa, saben que una cosa que yo, cuando it comes to my partner, yo nunca dejo nadie que hable mal de ese partner. Like I'm never. And if I heard it, my partner never says anything. Él se queda like out of respect. I don't know if he does it automatically because I speak up, but there is situations where like, nah, I didn't like this. Like you didn't even notice it, and then I'm like, I step back. I'm like, yeah, you might be right. And then next time I'm more alert, and I'm like, yeah, like we're not gonna talk about that, or we're not gonna talk about him like that. Like I always speak up about that.
I feel like that's something I would probably lack, because when I'm around my family, I'm like, lo que ellos digan, I have no control over. But you do. You have a say in how they act around you, around the people that you love around them.
Wait, I'm confused. So let's say that we're with your partner, right? That he's here. So what you're saying is, if I disrespect him in any way, you would be like, hey, let's not do that. Let's not talk about that.
Like very discreetly, like, hey, like.
Okay.
Let's just not talk about that anymore, or something.
In the moment, but then later on you can like I can come back and be like, hey, like, you know, like he felt uncomfortable, like please don't say that again, or like
okay. I thought I get what you because I'm sorry, but I'm not that type of person. Like I don't like to like let's say we're in a room and Yesenia's husband's here. Like, I don't address him. You know what I mean?
Like,
she doesn't address anybody unless
I only address the wife.
I wouldn't either.
Yeah.
I wouldn't
unless
either.
they're my cousin, my brother, my dad. Like, they're my person. Like, my relative. Like, there's no addressing us. Like, there's
but
no
you know,
really,
but he does address you. You notice that. He's like,
he does, and I'm like, oh, hey, and that's it.
And she's like, hey, she don't even look his way. She's like, hey.
I just feel like that's a little disrespectful when girls are very like
friendly with your friend's husband.
But I wouldn't.
No, I mean, obviously you wouldn't, but I'm saying, like, that's just the way that I see things. That's why I don't like, if Joanna's man was here and like we were together,
you would do the same thing.
I would do the same thing. Like, we could sit
like,
at a table and like it's like he's not even here.
Yeah,
like,
y'all do that too?
I do it to a certain extent, like
with unfamiliar people.
With unfamiliar people, or it's just depending on how my friend's partner is too. Because if he's a shut down person, if he doesn't like to talk, I won't talk to him. You know, but I am a person that
you read the room.
Hey, how are you? Good. Yourself? You know, I do read the room very quickly too. Yeah. So it just depends on who I'm with. Because sometimes there is people that, you know, it has happened to me where they're very talkative to me, and then I'm just like, oh yeah, like good or whatever. So I conversate back, but it just depends on the people that I'm with.
Yeah.
No.
If I will address him,
it's so
like
weird.
It is weird.
Thing. Yeah. And fíjate que I'm kind of like Jessica, but now with family. Or I see that I'm known for so long.
Correct.
I'm not like that. Like I go, hey, something. Like a hey, I talk to them, but
not like a conversation you'll have on the side.
Yeah, not like that. But like if everybody's in the room, everybody's talking. Like, hey, we're all in.
Yeah, I see myself doing the same thing. But like I said, with certain people.
Yes, it's weird. I just feel very uncomfortable. Yeah. And I think it's a fear of and even though obviously it's not gonna happen, but it's the fear that somebody gets the wrong
idea.
I feel you. That happens to me a lot. Like, it happens to me a lot.
That you think you get the wrong idea, or that the other person gets the wrong idea?
I don't want people to get the wrong idea about me.
That you're being too like talky, like too friendly.
There's more than that talk.
Correct. Because people, not everybody thinks the same. You know, and I hate when people just think out of the box when it's something that it's not it. Like, chill out, bitch. Your man is not cute. Keep him to yourself.
Has it happened?
Has it happened? You're, like, so yes, it has happened to me, and it happened to me with a close friend, and it broke my heart because I was like, bitch. You're my friend. I fuck with you. Why would you ever think I would cross your man like that? Why would you in your
and like I think like if she was your close friend, she should know that you're friendly as it is.
Exactly. Especially if she was hearing the conversation, why would she make it seem like I was saying something bad? Or why couldn't she step up and tell me, hey, like, let's not talk about that right now, or whatever it was. You know what I'm saying? Instead, she sent someone else to come, like, move me away from talking to her husband. But honestly, let me tell you why. Just because it's right now is bugging me again. Because there's a situation where I felt like he didn't want me close to, like, he didn't want me like hanging with her, I guess you can say, hanging out with her or whatever. So I felt like I was just talking to him. I was a little drunk and I just felt uncomfortable. Like, I could just read her, like he was, like, she just didn't want me talking to her husband. And to me, I felt like, why? I'm not doing anything bad. I'm just, you know, telling him, like, you know, I would never fuck up anything with you guys. You know what I'm saying? That's my dog. Like, you know, I just want to be cool with you. I would never, you know, fuck up your relationship or anything. But that really broke my heart because I felt like you, as my friend, you should have came up to me and been like, hey, let's come over here.
Let's not talk about that right now.
Yeah, and then she could have, whatever I had seen, whatever I read off of her, she could have cleared it out for me. She could have been like, hey, so, you know, you're a little drunk, you look a mess right now, like, let's talk about that right now. Let's talk about it tomorrow. And I'd be like, okay, cool. Then my mind, whatever I seen or how I seen her look at me in the situation, I wouldn't have read it like that. But instead, she let me read it that way and kept the written, like it kept it like that.
Yeah.
You know,
So
it was never fixed.
She never came back and be like, hey, look, this is how.
And I didn't either, because like I said, it broke my heart.
Yeah.
Like I was poquito pedita, but I knew what the fuck I was doing and what I was saying.
Yeah.
So that really broke my heart. That was really like something that I couldn't take back. Yeah. So I'm just like,
that's so.
I had to, because it was
that
like kind of
that friendship is sad, because I feel like you were really like, you saw her as a best friend at the moment.
Yeah.
And like, I think that's what killed the friendship, is not setting boundaries. And if she had a problem with you addressing her man in any way, then that should have been, and
that should have been the opportunity to make that boundary with you.
Yeah, correct. Not just that, but I feel like you guys would hang out as together, you, her man, all the time. Yeah, like that never became an issue to that day. So at the end of the day, I don't know, like, you know, she could have, you know, been like, hey, like if she was your true friend, she could have been like, hey, like I didn't like that, you know,
or what happened, or like what, like, hey, what did you say? Like nothing. No, yeah.
Damn, so it was pretty. Like it was.
Yeah, and it was super awkward, and I just after that everything just, you know, hit rock bottom.
Yeah. Damn.
What about you, Joanna? You're so quiet.
You're quiet over there.
Like, I don't know.
I'm like, I'm listening to the tea. I'm just kidding.
She's sipping her tea. She's actually sipping tea right now.
Yeah,
guys,
literally. I'm just like.
No, but what was the one about the coworkers? That the question that you had?
No, I asked it. I said, what's one boundary you guys have set that one boundary that you guys need to set but haven't?
So what is yours?
I don't really have one. I don't feel like.
Do you feel like you need to set more boundaries?
I do. I feel like I need to set it more. Maybe like how I told you, like I need to set it with myself as well.
Yeah.
Not really as much with people, but with myself, like just like, how do you say, being my true self, and not like being scared of what everyone else has to say. Like just say it. Like if I don't like her, I don't like her. And but yeah, and with my family, I felt like I needed to when I was in a relationship.
Yeah.
But because of that, because I felt like, I need to like Karina said, I need to keep some things to myself. I don't always have to tell everybody. And so I felt like it was getting to a point where like they knew everything that was going on. So I felt like I started to feel really bad about it, because it's like they had happened too many times where I was like, oh my god, they already have a bad idea of who he is, or what's actually going on behind closed doors. So I feel like that's where I needed to draw the line, but I'm not in a relationship anymore. So my girl's single, I'm single. And so right now I don't have any boundaries, thank God. I just hope that I get closer to my sisters now that I am.
We are close. Yourself, girl.
Well, me and you, I'm like, but with my older sister,
I'm closer with my older sister. I call her on break time. Just Saturdays. Saturdays and Sundays, I disappear.
Not them fighting over you, girl.
Yeah, no, yeah, but Jessica, I can say I even when I was in a relationship, I'd never called her, or texted her, or like check up on her, see what she was doing. Nothing.
One thing that I did messed up on, now that you're talking about that, Joanna, is like I would. I don't want to accept that, but it is true. Like anything that went wrong, I would call my partner's family and be like, he did this and this and this and that.
Yeah, I did that a few times
too. I'm not gonna lie.
It's not cute.
And no, because then they would get on him, and I'm like, dang.
Good, they should get on him.
Yes, you're right. But then again, and then it came to a point where he like, like. It is true. It's like the relationship is between two people, not two people in his family
and your family.
I feel like that happens a lot, though. I feel like it happens a lot.
And so, like, that's like to back to what you were saying. Like, when you do that, it actually does cause like tension between the family, your partner, like, and when they come around, when they're around each other,
it's awkward sometimes.
It is awkward because I feel like even if they like your partner, even if they know you do it, they can tell you do it because of how other people act. Yes, because when I'm mad at him, my whole family's mad at him. Like they're not fucking talking.
I remember Joanna used to be like, dude, like don't act mad. I'm like, I'm not mad.
And yeah, but I would say that's a worst mistake, y'all. If y'all in a relationship, do not go around telling people shit.
No, keep it to yourself.
But I think now that more like in the beginning, you know, like when you're like younger, I feel.
Yeah, because
but
now,
not now.
Now, believe me, it's like a 360. Like, I'm like, wow, so this is how it's supposed to be. Yeah, it's awesome. I love it.
You're like, it's awesome. Yeah. You're like, I love it here.
I want to stay here, Todd.
But yeah, I think I'm like Joanna. Like, I feel like there's a lot of boundaries that I need to write down.
She sure do.
And like tell myself, because it's more with myself towards people than like, you know, like
saying no.
Yeah, saying no, because I feel like even when I used to work, there was no boundaries between me and my coworkers. And so then there came a time where I'm quiet all the time and I let shit go and I don't tell nobody nothing. And then there's a moment where I just go poof, one little thing just sets me up. And I'm telling you what your mama gonna die from, and that's not good. That's not good.
No,
because
I feel
like you wanna treat it like you wanna be a fucking adult about it. Well, I want it. Now I want to have healthy relationships with people and be an adult about things and be like, hey, so like this and that, not just keep it all in and then when I'm gonna tell you something, it all comes out. Because
that's what it is all about. That's what boundaries is literally all about, is you forming and you creating that healthy relationship where you feel safe and you can, you know, you have that. So I completely agree, because that is true. I feel like I struggle that, like I said, help. Even though I need the help, I feel bad even asking for help, even though them bitches are getting paid on the clock. But it's just that little, like, they're going to be like, damn, bitch, you can't do shit. Like, damn, like, I can't handle this. You can't. So that's what I'm saying. I'm always thinking about what the other person is saying.
I always had that, but it was more me of being like, nah, I got it under control. I got it. I got it. Me estoy quedando calva de todo the stress, but I got it. Like, I've always been like that, though.
Dude, tell me about it. Today I work, usually I don't have, because I work there twice a week, so I don't have days where like, oh my god, I want to get the fuck out, because there's always something to do. I'm always busy on the go. So it's a really fun job. I love it. But I don't know, boy, what's on about today? These customers were asking the dumbest fucking,
like, let me see what you're gonna say.
Dude, they've been asking the dumbest questions, like, and sometimes I just want to put out like a PSA, like, please know what you're gonna order before you step up to the motherfucking register, bitch. Because I hate daily. There's actually people that are like,
you really hate that?
No, dude, I fucking hate. Dude, I hate that. They be like, can I get a taco?
But you gotta understand.
And I'm like, steak, chicken, or shredded beef. What do you like? I like beef. Okay, what's most popular? I would say the shredded beef. Oh, okay. And what are the kitchen ladies like back there? I'm like, oh my god, I love it. And just
steak.
No,
just get steak. Just go for it.
No, but you know, that's nothing to, like you said, it's customer service. You gotta do what you gotta do. So I don't know what it was though. They were asking really dumb questions though.
No, like I can say customer service is a bitch, bro. They be asking, do you sell chargers?
No.
I'm a cell phone store, yes. Or they're like, where do they sell chargers? And I tell my son, I ask my son the same. I'm like, where can you find a charger? He's like, anywhere, the gas station, Walmart. And I'm like, thank you, Lord. Pharmacy. Thank you, Lord Jesus. My kid is smart. Like,
she was getting concerned.
Girl, exactly. Literally, like, what the hell? Like, just the stupidest shit, bro. It would tick me off. And ask me a serious question, something that's gonna like motivate me.
Okay. Should we set a boundary for ourselves? Do you guys want to set a boundary?
I'm down.
What is your boundary?
For myself today?
For us as a group.
As a group. Okay. Yeah, that's interesting.
I don't know.
Hold on.
Joanna, so which one you said?
So I actually think that our boundary should be that if we were to ever receive hate, which we haven't yet, thank God. But if we were, that we should not respond. Because fuck the haters, fuck what they have to say. We should not give them more attention. Girl, you don't think the petty in me wants to, but I think honestly, just us paying attention to it or giving it that attention, it takes away from our experience. Correct. And it's gonna make us, I honestly feel like it's gonna make us be like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, where it's gonna take us
unified
back. And then like I just feel like it's gonna take something out of us.
Correct. But if you do have something to say, you can say it. Just it's fine. You just won't hear back from us, but you can tell us your feedback. That's fine. And don't forget to follow us on our social medias. Ready or Not Latinas, here we come, on TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram. TikTok right now is booming for us, so go ahead and follow us. Give a heart, give a like, share it, comment, whatever
we be
you
doing
like.
Giveaways.
Be nice. Yeah. We should be doing like a giveaway maybe like
pretty soon.
Yeah, pretty soon. We're not gonna say when, but yes.
I think once we get 300, what do you guys think?
Yep.
Yeah,
I agree.
Okay. Just a little one, like a baby one.
Yeah.
Yes.
I agree.
Algo chico.
But thank you so much for tuning in. We love you guys so much.
And let us know one boundary that you will set for yourself this week.
Or for someone else. If you have the balls to tell someone what is the boundary you're willing to say.
Exactly. And if you would like to DM us, if you have any suggestions, or if you would like us to partner up with you, you can go ahead and email us at readyornotlatinas@gmail.com.
Thank you for tuning in, guys. And don't forget to tune in every Wednesday for Latina Wednesdays. We love you. Bye.
So this is Jessica,
Joanna,
Jessie,
Karina.
and this is Ready or Not Latinas, here we come.